As Trump warned North Korea, his armada was headed toward Australia. When U.S. President Donald Trump boasted early last week he had sent an armada as a warning to North Korea, the aircraft carrier strike group he spoke of was still far from the Korean peninsula and headed in the opposite direction. It was even farther away over the weekend, moving through the Sunda Strait and then into the Indian Ocean as North Korea displayed what appeared to be new missiles at a parade and staged a failed missile test. The U.S. military's Pacific Command explained on Tuesday that the strike group first had to complete a shorter than initially planned period of training with Australia, but it was now, quote, proceeding to the Western Pacific as ordered, it said. The perceived communications mix-up has raised eyebrows among Korea experts who wonder whether it erodes the Trump administration's credibility at the time when U.S. rhetoric about the North advancing nuclear missiles capabilities and raising concerns about a potential conflict. Quote, if you threaten them and then your threat is not credible, it's only going to undermine whatever your policy towards them is. And that could be a logical conclusion from what's just happened, said North Korea expert Joel Witt at the 38 North Monitoring Group run by Johns Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies. The U.S. military initially said in a statement dated April 10th that Admiral Harry Harris, the commander of Pacific Command, directed the Carl Vinson strike group, quote, to sail north and report on station in the Western Pacific. Reuters and other news outlets reported on April 11th that the movement would take more than a week. The Navy, for security reasons, says it does not report future operational locations of its ships. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis initially appeared to play down the deployment on April 11th, saying the Vincent was, quote, just on her way up there because that's where we thought it was most prudent to have her at the time. There's not a specific demand signal or specific reason why we're sending her up there, he said. But even Mattis initially misspoke about the strike group's itinerary, telling a news conference that the Vincent had pulled out of an exercise with Australia. The Pentagon has since corrected the record, saying the ship's planned port visit to Fremantle, Australia, was cancelled, not the exercise with Australia's Navy. On April 15th, the U.S. Navy even published a photo showing the Vincent transiting the Sunda Strait here. From April 16th to the 18th, the website reported that the Vincent was in the Indian Ocean. A U.S. military official speaking on condition of anonymity said the Vincent carried out the exercises after passing through the Sunda Strait and wrapped them up this week. Let's take a listen to this here.
Call it a Team Trump mix-up, miscommunication, or simply crossed wires. But as the U.S. president boasted he sent an armada as a warning to North Korea last week, the USS Carl Vinson and its strike group were actually speeding in the opposite direction. On Tuesday, the military clarified that the fleet was actually way off in the Indian Ocean over the weekend, taking part in joint exercises with Australia. Officials say a series of errors kept the false story afloat. First, the Navy said the warships were headed to an unnamed location in the Western Pacific. Reuters and other media reported that would take at least a week, lining up with son celebrations and expectations of a possible weapons test, which ended up going ahead. As per protocol, the Navy didn't give an exact destination or that they needed to stop off near Australia first. Next, Defense Chief Jim Mattis claimed the exercise with the Australians had been cancelled, but he'd actually confused two events, a cancelled port call and the actual scheduled exercises. After a week of war drums and a dud missile test from North Korea, on Monday the Navy posted a photo of the Carl Vinson as it passed Indonesia. While the Pentagon's since corrected the record, Korea experts say they wonder whether the mix-ups could chip away at Team Trump's credibility at a time when America's trying to bare its teeth in the face of a belligerent and unpredictable Pyongyang.
And now, with round-the-clock updates from Reuters journalists, here are today's top stories.
Anyway,
Former football
thank you
stars
for
jail
watching.
cell
I can't stop this. Oh, okay, I did. Thank you for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. And I don't know. This is very confusing. This is very confusing when they say they're in one place and then they're in another. So we'll keep you updated. Again, thank you for watching.